Nnamdi Kanu. In fact, I want to call that Nnamdi Kanu should be released. A freedom fight agitator who said that, look, he wants liberation for his people. Why are you incarcerating him? Why are you not going to arrest Fulani men? Look at the bomb blast in train blast in Abuja to Kaduna. Up to today, our people are still being kept by these bandits. Where are the security? Where is the president? Where is the security act to go out and rescue these people? Tell me what is happening. It is a shame. Tell me, Igboho, they went after him in the southwest and were able to stop him. At least we're not hearing about Igboho again. Why can't they stop these Fulani men who are terrorizing this country and have made it impossible? They come to Benue and kill, just in my local government, within the space of 40 people have been killed, more than 40 people. In another local government, over 20 people were killed, and then you want me to keep quiet. They want to intimidate us. I will never be intimidated. At least let me talk. If at the end nothing happens, and some of you are keeping quiet, keep quiet to your shame. But I want to say that the rest of Nigerians, you people are joking. I raised alarm in 2016 that these things were going to happen. What is it that I have not said? I have said it. If Nigerians want to get out of this, they should arise. Arise Television, as your name implies. Arise and let us liberate ourselves. President Buhari and his cohorts are not able to.
It is not enough. It is not enough that we are complaining that the economy of the Igbo land is collapsing because of sit at home. Hello? You may not know the impact of this sit at home issue. It is so painful to any business person. But for people who have businesses, so we have to lift our hands, because the secret of that sit at home is the releasing of Nnamdi Kanu. If Nnamdi is free today, sit at home will stop today. So lift your hand. We pray for prisoners, and one of us is in prison. And because of his importance, even the government could not stop sit at home. I say, go to work, go to work. Yet they are in their houses. And if they are about to move, they will use about 20 security vehicles around themselves. So we shall lift our hands to pray. For over 3 years now, this is the year Igbo people have farmed. Listen, for over 3 years now, this is the best year Igbo people have farmed. We are thanking our young men who helped to clear the farms from herdsmen disturbances. God will bless you. You may not know what it means. In Abogugu last time, one farmer was killed and the whole body butchered and was brought between Ozala and Abogugu. The body packed there. Now, our farms, by the grace of God, are freed from herdsmen destruction. One of our priests last year, all his farms was messed up. He was crying. This year, he started laughing. So I am thanking our young men. I am blessing the Igbo youths. It shall be well with you. Amen. Ọnụ ọmata ọkpọrọkpọ, ọ dị ka ọ bụ ọsụkwụ. So anyị wenere Chukwu aka enu. Taa Good Friday mbọsị.
Nigerian visa applicants to the Republic of Turkey have been barred from accessing the e-visa provisions. They are instead advised to apply via any Turkish consulate. According to reports, Turkey decided to delist Nigeria from the e-visa list yesterday, July 8, 2022. The decision by the Turkish mission appears to be as a result of the incessant terrorist attacks in Nigeria and the high security alerts that followed the Kuje Correctional Center attack on Tuesday, where some terrorists were released from the center in Abuja. One of the affected Nigerians in a viral message expressed disappointment at the disregard of Nigerians by the Turkish mission, adding that they have not released any official reports to notify the public, but went ahead to delist Nigeria on their site. Also, some members of the diplomatic community, such as the United States, United Kingdom, and Canada, have warned their citizens against traveling to many parts of Nigeria, including parts of Abuja, the nation's capital, over security threats. Now, what will be left of our country if we can no longer host investors, let alone access international resources for our growth and development?
The federal government, led by the Minister of Interior Abdulrahman Dambazo, met with the Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria in Kebbi State, offering them the sum of 100 billion naira over 2 years to stop the kidnapping in the country. The meeting lasted over 4 hours on Friday as negotiations dragged on, with the association initially asking for 160 billion naira. The minister said that the strategy was part of the steps needed to tackle insecurity in the country as prescribed by the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. The herdsman crisis has risen since 2015 after Muhammadu Buhari became president. Their rampage has spread not only in the north but also throughout the southern zones of the country. The killings by the herdsmen has led them to be tagged the fourth most dangerous and deadly terrorist group in the world by the World Terror Index. The acting Inspector General of Police, Muhammad Adamu, who was also at the meeting in Kebbi State, added that over 1,000 people have been killed and many more kidnapped in Kaduna. However, he said that this intervention was necessary to bring the criminals to book. The Kebbi State Governor Atiku Bagudu said hosting the meeting in his state shows the seriousness of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration in tackling the security challenges in the country. Responding, the president of the association, Alhaji Muhammad Kirua, said the meeting would serve as a foundation for peace between the Fulani headsmen and farmers and among Fulanis themselves. Roots TV, Nigeria.
Good evening, my dear Nigerians and the international community. Now, I want to address Nigerians and the international community about the current happenings in northern Nigeria. Although it's not only northern Nigeria, it's the entire country, but most particularly northern Nigeria. And I want to address the indigenous Nigerians and the Hausa people, particularly in Nigeria. You know, we need to rise up. We need to open our eyes. The Fulanis are moving all villages, killing people, rampaging communities. You know, they have no respect for religion. Fulani man has no respect, whether you are a Muslim or you are a Christian. I myself that is addressing you, I'm a Hausa person. These people have no regard for religion. If you are thinking it's about religion, you better open your eyes. The indigenous people in this country and the Hausa people need to rise up and open their eyes. This is not about religion, it's about ethnic cleansing. The Fulani people want to eliminate the indigenous Nigerians. Now, in my local government, Giwa local government of Kaduna State, it's a local government that is 99% Hausa people by tribe. But as I'm talking to you, over 4 days now, the Fulani militias have killed over 200 persons. And among them include my own relations. They have burnt houses. They have destroyed both Christians, and Muslims. So it is high time for particularly the indigenous northern Hausas to unite themselves against this onslaught. If those that are in position of authority, if you think this is about religion, then you are still sleeping. This is not about religion. This is about ethnic cleansing. They are trying to eliminate the indigenous, Nigerians, the indigenous northerners, and take over their lands. This is about land grabbing. I'm telling you, in Zangwantama community in your local government, which comprises of over 60 to 70 villages, cluster of villages, there have been so far now, over 100 people have been killed, houses burnt, their cows, their cattle that they use for, farming, for construction of ridges and all that, they have been scattered away. Their houses, their cars, all their properties. As I'm talking to you right now, they have left their communities. They have run away to other places, to bushes, and even some of them have moved towards Zaria. How can you expect, a farmer to move into the city to do what? To do what, for God's sake? It is high time for Nigerians to wake up. It is high time for the Hausas to wake up. The Fulanis are blindfolding our eyes, the Hausas. I'm a Hausa person, and I'm talking with passion. The Fulanis have used religion to blindfold us, to think that it is about religion. No, it is not about religion. It is about ethnic cleansing. It's high time for the Hausas. Thank God, this broadcast, I believe it is going to be pushed into the group that comprises of all the houses, the indigenous houses, and with the effort making to unite the houses, to rise up against this onslaught. So I want you to understand, this thing is not about religion. It's not about religion. It's about ethnic cleansing. The same thing that is happening in southern Kaduna, where the indigenous southern Kaduna are being eliminated by the Fulanis. The same thing is also happening in northern Kaduna, where they are purely Hausas. So it's not about religion. If you heard that people are being butchered in southern Kaduna, houses, communities burnt, and you are happy and you think it's about Christians, now you better open your eyes. It's not about Christians. I'm a Hausa person. Our Giwa local government, which is in northern Kaduna, and many parts of Katsina, Zamfara, many people have been eliminated. Now I want you to know right now, as I'm talking to you, Tsawon in Mayo community and Kaya, there are villages, over 100 villages in that axis. It belongs to the western part of Giwa local government. Of course, just to mention, about a few months ago, the house of the person representing us at the state level now, the State House of Assembly, was killed by the bandits. So, and this man too is a Hausa person, is a Muslim. So it's not about religion. I want you to understand that this thing is not about religion. It's about ethnic cleansing. Right now, as I'm talking right now, this evening, they have started operation from about 5 p.m. up to this time that I'm talking to you right now. The Fulani militias are still there operating, killing people, burning houses, raping our women, kidnapping those that they can kidnap. This enough is enough. This is not just kidnapping, it's even more than kidnapping. This is an invasion. Now, I want you to know that Giwa local government is one of the major, agricultural community in Nigeria. Giwa alone can feed the entire Nigeria. Now, Giwa market, for instance, Giwa grain market is one of the largest, grain market in Nigeria. So if the inhabitants of Giwa local government are chased away by the bandits, now that will have multiply effect. That will have negative consequences, not just on the livelihood of the people, the inhabitants of Giwa local government, but the entire economy of Kaduna State and the entire community, economy of Nigeria. Farmers are living, are running. Farmers are coming to the city. What will they come to the city and do? What will they eat? So it's high time for those in authority. Now, if you are hearing me and you are in authority, you have a say, and you keep quiet because you don't want to die, you will eventually die. You will eventually die, whether you like it, whether you like it or not. The governorship aspirant, from Katsina, that was killed by the bandits some couple of months ago on his way from, Katsina to Abuja, to Abuja on the Kaduna-Abuja road. Did he knew that he was going to be killed? So if you think you are in position and you don't want to talk so that you will not be killed, you will still be killed. We that have chosen to come out and talk, we will still be alive. I know there is no devil in heaven and on earth that can eliminate my life. So if you will come out and talk and get what is supposed to be done, to be done, it's better for you to rise up and talk. You know, I've spoken to many military, I mean, those in the military sector. They have complained to me of, you know, a lot of logistic issues, which is affecting their operations. All this is not worth it. And I want to assure you that, you know, this is a conspiracy. This is a serious conspiracy. Why? Because, you know, on the 24th of March, which is on Thursday, that the kidnappers started this operation, the network of the entire axis of western part of, you know, Giwa, that is on the Mayo, ceased. So, you know, they couldn't even call for help at the right time because the network has ceased. So what does that mean? That means it's a conspiracy. Turji, the head of kidnappers, you know, who is resident in Zamfara, has came out on the social media, has claimed responsibility for hundreds of lives, you know, that have been killed, and yet nothing has been done to him. Which kind of governless country are we in? Life in Nigeria, in northern Nigeria, particularly, most especially in Giwa local government, is becoming poor, brutish, nasty, and short. Life is becoming uncertain. Which kind of situation is this? I am calling on well-meaning individuals who can speak, whose voice can be heard, to rise up and speak against this evil. This is evil, and this evil will consume everyone eventually if we keep quiet. If you think you are in the city, if you think where you are is saved, and therefore you will keep quiet, I'm telling you, a time will come, even those in the city will not be spared. You know, about some months ago, you know, Zaria, which is a city, I mean the second largest city in Kaduna State after the main, Kaduna city, you know, has experienced a lot of, you know, kidnappers attempts and all that. So don't say you are in the city and you will keep quiet. And even if you think you are safe, what about your relations? What about your relations that are in the villages? So let's come out and talk against this evil, and not just talk, but act against this evil. Those that have access to
Land of the rising sun, we love and cherish. Beloved homeland of our brave heroes, we must defend our lives, or we shall perish. We shall protect our hearts from all our foes. But if the price is death for all we hold in, then let us die without a shred of fear. Built to be Afra, consecrated nation. Oh, fatherland, this be our solemn pledge. Defending thee shall be our dedication. Spilling our blood will count our privilege. The one that which emboldens the free shall always be our flag of liberty.
You must listen to that. Of course, you must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we are making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important.
So ahụrụ m ihe na-ahịa ọnụ here. 2 weeks ago, in my IPOB meeting here, I had wanted to leave, but the secretary asị m mba na m afụla m bịachite ihe ahụ i kwuru mgbe ahụ sị ọ dịkwa mma ka mmadụ nọrọ with ndị iro ya na-amatakwa their plans. So I stayed back. So the leader kpọọ m last week na a na-aga Leicester today na m ga-abịa m si ya ewela iwe na aka m juru eju na m agaghị aga. So the secretary and one other sister so ha gaa the meeting today. So achọrọ m inye gị feedback from the war front. What happened, because they came back and she called me na akọrọ m ihe mere. Ọ sị that autopilot, they were saying autopilot should be strong, even stronger now than ever. Na autopilot nwere the majority. Now, even though ha niile gadara na hall there listening to the nonsense, this girl was vomiting. Say ya wụ nwunye onye ndu. Now the whole hall there were murmuring. Nga ahụ ha nọkwa that they were all murmuring. Na say what nonsense ka nwaanyị a na-akọ na ihe ekwekpọ ha. Na echekwa ma ihe ekwekpọ ha because everybody ma that Chinasa Nworu na nda aha nwanne ya nwoke DOS na ha wee flop. Na everybody ma that they've all failed. Na ha chekwa na akpọrọ ha meeting ka mara way forward, how they can manage to patch IPOB gawa forward until onye ndu afụta. Nwaanyị abịa na-akọ nonsense juru ya ọnụ that people were murmuring no nweghị onye did in support of the woman there. Even na mgbe ya gara toilet ịnyụ mamịrị, people were voicing out say no nonsense a ka ekwekpọ ha. Now what is this nonsense nwaanyị a na-ekwu? Na Ekpa is the only way forward now. Onye ahụrụ na-eme ihe a na-ahụ anya, nwaanyị ọbịa na-akọ nonsense. Na eche ma kpọrọ ha here ka abịa mara if there will onwe otu esi emekwata dịdị IPOB nwe emekwata ọbịa na-akọ nonsense a. So that autopilot na everybody kwụ Ekpa n'ukwu. In fact, na m ga-ahụ dị na ihe a merenu na nwaanyị a na ihe a ga-awụ even ọ ga-backfire. It will backfire seriously because people are not on their side. So no ya ihe o ji na-arụ ọnụ ahụ ilekwa na onwe mgbe ọ sị that these people don't even have majority, that they don't have it. No opposite ka nwaanyị a na-ekwu. So that they were highly disappointed. Ha nwanne IPOB nwa that they were highly disappointed at the woman. So that everybody were saying it there, even at the meeting ground there, that Ekpa is the only way forward. So my sister him say ka make mara that onye asụla ngongo is just that in fact this is another talk altogether. All right, my darling, bye.
You must listen to her. Of course, you must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we are making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important.
IPOB, one family. Biafrans all over the world. If we want safety and security for our people, then let's continue to support Eastern Security Network. All donations are welcome. No contribution is too small or too large. Do your part, knowing that freedom is in our hands, and together we must all rise to the occasion. Go to our website to make your contribution, www.ipobinUSA.org/donate. And remember that freedom is not free, but together we restore it, farm by farm, forest by forest, house by house, and street by street.
And the precipitous collapse of the zoo. We are on autopilot, I can assure you, and the precipitous collapse of the zoo. We are on autopilot, I can assure you, and the precipitous collapse of the zoo. We are on autopilot, I can assure you, and the precipitous collapse of the zoo.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are watching from. This is live and direct on Voice of Biafra, 97.5 FM, live and direct on Enter Biafra Channel 1 and Channel 2, live and direct on Enter Biafra live streaming app, iOS and Android, live and direct on Twitter, Twitch, live and direct on Enter Biafra YouTube channel, and of course on all other IPOB autopilot media platforms around the globe. We are now live and direct to expose, first of all, P2B. P2B, we want to expose how the British are using the P2B and how we have defeated them. Even before 2023, we have defeated them. And before we also go forward, I want you to understand that the Fulani and terrorists are already in our land, and what Dr. Amal Lafia warned against has started happening. We're getting information that some people were attacked today, and just like you all know, we need to bring Dr. Amal Lafia's warning to Nigeria against the Fulanization and the civil war and the jihad that they have declared against our people. And it's one of the reasons why next year, before the election, we will make sure that we fight with the guerrilla war to liberate Biafra from Nigeria. We can't continue like that. So I want all of you to watch.
Did you know that the Nigerian secret police hounded this former top government official till he died for saying these things?
Let me make some revelations, because we also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
I have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders, one or two who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown, moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They're already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They're everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people.
Going from house to house, killing prominent people. Going from house to house, killing prominent people. And today they assassinated him because of some information he had. They killed him. Everybody knows how they assassinated him. And today he is no more, because they know he has information. Today we are seeing it. Just a few minutes ago, news came that they have tried to kill one prominent politician. The news is everywhere. They have surrendered our land, and all they can do, Soludo and co, is to hunt ESN. Is to hunt ESN. There have never been any day where we hear that Nigeria army were on gun duel with Fulani terrorists. You can never hear that. They will go anywhere free of charge, attack, and go free. They are already in our land. Instead of the people to allow us to deal with them, they are coming after us. Instead of these criminals and these corrupt leaders to allow our ESN to deal with these people without interruption. They don't want that because they are all under the oath of the Fulani and they are under blackmail. If they ever support Eastern Security Network openly, they will open their file of corruption. And that is exactly what P2B is doing today. Some of you do not know what P2B have come to do. You are going to see it this evening. But let us listen to this man to the end.
It's in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They're everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria. Don't drop what I'm telling you. I have this from the highest possible authority, higher authority.
By 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria. And are you going to look at what is happening in Biafra land and say they have not started a civil war? Are you going to look at what the Nigeria army, infiltrated Fulani terrorists, control Nigeria army doing in our land? And you say we are not already in the civil war? I have to ask you that question.
Of some of the commanders of the killers and Boko Haram.
You said northern governors, past or present, Dr. Baraya?
No, current. No, they said one of them is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. One of them. And they are not looking for money. They have more than enough money.
They are not looking for money. They have enough money. Today, the attack is everywhere, including in Biafra land. But I have to tell you this. When we are going to rise, they will know. We will match both the big and the small. I am telling you. They will know. Those who continue to harbor these terrorists in the name of protecting Nigeria government, you will be the one they are going to kill first. It is happening. It is happening. It is happening. It has happened in the north. It has happened in the middle belt. So it is already now in the east and the southern part of Nigeria happening. When it was happening in Benue State, you pay deaf ear. Nobody talk. When it happened in Yoruba land, you say it is Yoruba land. Now it is in your domain. And this is just the beginning. It is only the Biafra people, volunteers, that will stop the carnage of Fulani. Now, the exposition of P2B begin from here. I want you all to listen and listen attentively. When we make exposition, when we begin to talk about P2B, we are not just talking about him because we want to talk about him. Now I want you all to watch very attentively what we are going to do.
Candidates so far? Are there what's your assessment of the presidential candidates that you've seen so far? Are there any that you think might you might support, and if so, who might that be, or what kind of candidate might that be?
Good. And I will say this, out of the four in the major parties, PDP, APC, NNPP, and Labour Party, they are the four main contenders. All the four of them, Kwankwaso, Atiku, Ashwaji Bola Tinubu, and Peter Obi, they are all honorable men. They have given their whole to this country. They have given where you and I have not, and continue to. They're all honorable men. But if you look at party by party, Kwankwaso grassroots mobilizer, the Madugu Pepia, right? You go to Kano, that's Kwankwaso. You see what he's done. You see his ability to mobilize. And you see what he's done over the last couple of months to bring up this party. And you see his outfit. He's a great contender, but not this time.
You can agree with me that the analysis, what this man said about Kwankwaso is the fact. Kwankwaso, who is a presidential candidate, mobilizes people, he gives life to people in Kano State or whatever, and some part of the north, but all his Kwankwasai or the movement of Kwankwaso end in that region. Do you know him in the south? Do you know him in Yoruba land? The answer is no. You don't know him in Yoruba land. The movement of Kwankwaso or whatever end in that particular region. Not even in the region, in the state. So whether he's going to take the entire state, probably yes. So the analysis about Kwankwaso from this man is the truth, is the fact. And that is why in the beginning, they wanted to join force with the desperate and the betrayer Obi. But of course, because Obi is never a genuine candidate, Obi only is coming to distract Biafra. And we noticed on time, we got the intel, we swept into action, and today all of them are panicking because we started from the beginning to make sure we don't give him a British space. Including those who were shouting for Biafra. Today they talk about Obi. We don't give him British space, and we can never give them British space. Now, listen to the analysis of this man.
He will not win this election because his reach is not far and wide. The crafters of this constitution are good, wise men, but you have to have the spread. Even if you get 100% of a place, if you don't have the spread. So, good, decent, great mobilizer, great.
So, what this man is saying that for you to become the president of Nigeria, you need to get vote across Nigeria, across the 6 geopolitical zone. And if you could not get at least 25% from a particular zone, you don't become a president. Your vote must spread across the 6 geopolitical zone. That is the Nigeria, that is the law. And that is why we can never allow election in Biafra land. We will not give no single vote to anybody, be it Obi, be it anybody. No single vote will be casted on Biafra soil. Because when you allow this election to take place, you have validated the fraudulent, you have validated the terrorism, you have validated the annihilation, you have validated the continued genocide of our people, and we cannot validate it come 2023. Once we stop election in Biafra land, the world will listen to us. I am telling you the fact. We are not even looking for the world to listen to us, but they will be forced to listen what the action that follows after that. Listen and listen very attentively in the liberation phase of Biafra. You can never be president of Nigeria when there is no vote in Biafra land. Never. You can't. You can never be declared a president of Nigeria when the entire Biafra land didn't cast their vote. I am telling you the fact. If you don't have that particular thing in your head, have it now. That nobody will be declared president when there is no election. And it's our target. That is the first move. So if you do not know why we are saying no election, you know this is one of the reasons. But when they tell you, oh, if you do not conduct election, they are going to declare somebody will say they have won and all that. It is a lie, complete lie. Let them come and announce it. And when we get to that bridge, we are going to cross it. So you need Biafra vote to become a president of Nigeria. That is a fact. And let me tell you, the entire Biafra land is also politically divided. Those who are in APC, those who are in PDP, those who are in APGA, those who are in Labour Party, they are all politically divided. It is only the Biafra movement that is now united. Those people you see that were shouting Biafra before, and today they are shouting Obi, they are all rubbish. You know, some people ask me not to discuss about our leader's wife. We're not going to discuss about her. Her own case is solved and settled. We don't have that time. We focus on the ball. But before you talk about our leader's wife, I want you to go to her Twitter and see something there. Go to her Twitter account. She never tweeted since 29th of May 2020 till today. She never tweeted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, her husband, preaching. She never tweeted Biafra except those that were killed. She never tweeted anything. No awareness of the husband. Some of you don't know our anger. Forget all those nonsense that people are saying. Go to her tweet and see things for yourself. She has over 13,000 followers on Twitter. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's wife have 13,000 followers. Since the abduction and kidnapping of our leader, the husband, she never tweeted one day in protest. Some of you don't know what we know. But we are not here to discuss that. I have fired my shot, and the people that bullet touch can start dealing with that. You think I am joking? She have not tweeted one single thing since the entire 2021 to 2022. The last tweet of our leader's wife was on 29th of May 2020. All this while, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was suffering and doing all those things. This woman never tweeted that you kidnapped my husband. It is not good. We are protesting. Not even a single tweet. You know, some people say, do you mean it? In fact, you know, our own is that sometimes we are not here. This is going to be a side talk. It's a side talk. And this is a side talk. We are going to go. We're going to go. I want to look at this. Some of you don't know, sometimes you just have to keep quiet. But then at the end of the day, you don't need to keep quiet. Let us go there. This is our leader's wife. This is our leader's wife. She have 13.6K 13,600. When I check it today, it was 13,300 or something. Look at it. Her last post was from Igbo Proverb, who is supporting Obi. From Igbo Proverb. All these Igbo Proverb, all of them have changed their DP to Peter Obi. They have changed their DP to Peter Obi. Look at it here. She posted and retweeted this on the 30th of May 2020. She never protested the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu till date. Never. But we are not here for that. I just want you people to understand that I have fired my shot as a free fighter, and you deal with it. I have fired my shot without any apology and without any regret, because I advised her to stay inside, that her silence was gold. Little did I know that, you know, when you praise somebody, when you want to acknowledge somebody, that is the time they are going to use the person. All of you listening to the advice, I even gave respect, the highest respect, to her in the first place. I came back again and said, I have had Kepu Kepu that they want to invite you to Radio Biafra. Little did I know that it was not even Radio Biafra. You see, some of you think that nobody told me, but the spirit that tells me something told me that they are inviting her again. I didn't even know it is going to be this fast. I came on this program a few days ago. I said, I know they want to bring you out again. Do not come, because I am not going to stop Biafrans again. People didn't know what we know. I gave advice. Do not come. They're going to bring your leg outside. And here we are. So the reason why I'm making comment about her is because I'm talking about Peter Obi. The last tweet she shared, which is on her Twitter today, is the people that are fighting for Peter Obi. They have changed it from Igbo Proverb to Peter Obi. I want you, let it be on record. All the people, she have never tweeted nothing in protest for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu kidnap. Is that normal? Is that normal? Because sometimes ijebe ozumuro ibe gidakwa be gidakwa kari onye belebe ajọ gi ogi nwa gbuzuru ozu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a national icon. He's a Biafran man as far as this struggle is concerned. Everybody carries his or her cross. So that is why if you have skeleton in your cupboard, do not come out. We are mad in this Biafra struggle. We are not normal. Some of you do not know we have put everything online. I have put my integrity online. I have put my life and everything I have labored in life online. My clients in my job cut across religious line and all ethnic groups. I do not discriminate in my job. But do you know what Biafra agitator has done to me? You don't know. Somebody will come and tell me, oh, do not do this, do not do that. Why is she coming out? It's not that there is anything, even if she come out. She will come out and still go silent like other people. You can't stop the movement. They have never given birth to you. You can't stop the movement. The movement that took the life of our leader's parent. You can't stop it. The movement taking the life of little children. You can't stop it. The movement that are giving millions of Biafrans this night. You copy it. And let me say it again. The reason I am making this comment is because I am telling you the P2B. I am here to expose P2B. So, I just want you people to understand that nobody is happy in this movement. So we are, the issue of this Biafra is very sensitive these days. And we are all mad. Believe me, we can fight dirty. So all of us are ready to fight dirty. You can't come and start talking. Even we know that Biafra are wise. I am not here to tell who to listen to and who not to listen to. They know who is doing the right thing and who is not doing the right thing. That is Biafra for you. Now let us continue on P2B. I want you to listen. You've just heard Kwankwaso. Kwankwaso, according to the analysis of this man, cannot win because his movement is just there in the northern Nigeria. Now let us go.
Politician is not there yet. Peter Obi. Peter Obi is a movement. We've never seen that in the Southeast or in the South. A single person mobilizing them, obedience.
Peter Obi is a movement. The single person mobilizing them as obedient. I want you to listen.
I'm very happy.
This Fulani man said that he is very happy for Peter Obi. Peter Obi said he is very happy. This man said he is very happy for Peter Obi.
Obedient came on board. The agitation for secession, the violence has quietened down.
Did you hear that? This man said since Peter Obi came on board, the agitation for secession, the violence, and everything has tuned down. That is the plan of the British. That is exactly what they told Obi to do. And the Fulani, they are the mastermind of this plan. That is, they communicate with the British directly. They give them, so what this man is saying here is not actually analysis. It is a plan. It is just, the revolution of the plan that they had. How do we stop this Biafra movement? How do we make, they may even hand over Obi Nigeria. I am telling you. The question is, what difference does it make? You can imagine stupid people for many years after Biafra war. All of you, Biafra, Igbo man have not been a president. Igbo man need to be president. Now ask yourself, you are struggling for ordinary president of Igbo man. What has other people who has become president in Nigeria? How is their region? No, how is their region? Is Jonathan not a president? Was Jonathan not a president? What does Jonathan has to show for it today? Did he stop militant from guarding pipeline? Did Jonathan becoming president? Did he stop the job people from carrying gun for pipeline? Did he give them any meaningful, different life? Did he create job? Jonathan becoming a president, did it improve the life of people in the job or in the Niger Delta areas they call them? The answer is no. Obasanjo was a president for 8 years, since 1999. The first president from 1999. Did Obasanjo change Yoruba land? Where is Obasanjo today? How is the Obasanjo today? How is Yoruba land today? Let us even say, how is the entire southern Nigeria? After the 8 years of Obasanjo, what does Obasanjo have to show for it? This is something that other regions have done and nothing came out of it. Still, you have the highest upsurge of Boko Haram today after Obasanjo. Yar'Adua was a president. What is happening today After Yaradua died as a president in Nigeria, Boko Haram have ravaged his town and his village. Nobody can go to Yaradua village today. He was the president of Nigeria. Did anything change after Yaradua died? The answer is no. What is the big deal? You want to be a president because you don't have vision. There is no future. We, the Biafra, want future. We, the Biafra, have our vision. And our vision is that we are going to be a country that will protect the interests of our citizens. The interests of our citizens should be the primary responsibility of the Biafra government. So when you begin to see Obi, you know, there was somebody that surprised me today. I saw a comment on Vanguard. Somebody who was praising me. Oh, you know, you are doing a great job. You are doing. That is why you can never trust anybody. Don't ever trust. You can trust with one eye. You know, we that are people of one eye, we know how to trust. We will trust you. I will be using long spoon to be eating with you. You know, I only trust people with one eye. If you are a one-eye person, I will trust you because I know you are also a one-eye person. But anybody, don't trust. Why you trust? Some of them that we are praising what I'm doing. Oh, Simon Ekpa, you did a great job. Today, I saw a comment on Facebook because of the article on Obi. This man say, oh, this boy, can you go and sit down? And some of them think I don't see those comments. And I was very disappointed. I'm telling you, he's not close to me. He's not close to me. You know, he's not, but I just know him. But he was one of those who was saying, oh, you're doing a great job for Biafra. Because nobody with his senses will support Nigeria. Only for me to see this man comment today, and I was disappointed because of this P2B. And ask them, what is it that P2B want to do? What is it that other people have not tried? How is P2B going to do this thing that other people have not tried? You know, the point is that we are not even talking, when you talk, they say it's marginalization. We are not fighting for Biafra for marginalization. No, that was then. When with the other people that fight for Biafra, we fighting for. I am not fighting Biafra because there is marginalization. No. I am fighting for Biafra, for the Biafra people to have the right to life. I am fighting for Biafra because I want my people to live their life as a shrine in the Universal Declaration of, in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Rights to life. As it is today, no Biafra person have the right to live in Nigeria. They kill you. Today they have attacked somebody and they have killed a lot of people there. In Imo State, they go house to house to kill our young men. I am fighting for people not to go to house and kill our men. In most places, because the government refused to protect our people, rather than armed the terrorists to come to our land and kill our women and children. They have butchered them for many years. We shout on social media, we complain, they say, you people complain too much, you can't do anything. You people complain. Every day we share videos of how our people are being butchered on social media. They say, you people are coward. You only share. Now we have set up a security outfit called Eastern Security Network to protect our land and have done a great job. Yet, this government have come after them. So how do you want us to live? You tell us you want to stay in Nigeria. You cannot allow us to live. So anybody that tells you we are fighting for because of marginalization, that we are breaking away from Nigeria because of marginalization, that person is a dundee. That person lacks everything. History. That person is not in touch with reality. That person is a liar. That person is a Confucianist. That person doesn't deserve to represent even his kindred. Because some of the people saying this marginalization, they are politicians. And the person that made this comment is also a politician. Believe me. And so we are not fighting to get Biafra because of marginalization. We are fighting to get Biafra because our people deserve to live. We want to live. We want that we can walk in the night and no Fulani will attack us. We want that we can go to the market to buy meat, cow meat, Efibo, and no Fulani will collect our money and butcher us and kill us. We want that we can travel from any part of Biafra land and nobody will be standing in the bush side to ambush us and kidnap us and demand for 100 million naira as a ransom. We want that we are going to travel freely in our land. And if after Biafra, we begin to experience that kind of kidnapping, we are going to deal decisively with those people that will commit such crime. That is what we are fighting for. We are not fighting for presidency. We are not fighting for marginalization. We are not fighting because we don't have control over the oil. We don't care all those things. You need to be alive before you can think about economy. So this is the reason why Simon Ekpa is fighting for Biafra. So how does this OB now give you a right to live in Nigeria? I have just given you examples of people that have ruled Nigeria from 1999. Well, I don't even need to go far. Obasanjo was there. Did the Obasanjo presidency stop the kidnapping and killing in Yoruba land today after how many years? The answer is no. After Obasanjo, you see Yaradua. Yaradua became president. He died during as a president. Did it stop the Boko Haram from taking over his village and now setting parallel government in the northern Nigeria? The answer is no. After Yaradua, Goodluck Jonathan took over. Goodluck Jonathan took over the government. Did it stop the dilapidated road? Did it stop the poverty? Did it stop the militancy in the region? Today, the answer is no. Did it stop Fulani after Jonathan finished as president of Nigeria? Did it stop Fulani from coming to kill him in his house? The answer is no. In case you do not know, Fulani have attempted to assassinate Goodluck Jonathan in his house, just like the way they wanted to kill one of them today. Fulani, they ambushed, they came to his house to kill him as an ex-president. Did it stop Jonathan from running away from gunmen? Did it stop Jonathan? The answer is no. Did Jonathan, as a president, did he change the environment of the Niger Delta? The answer is no. After Jonathan, Buhari, a man called Buhari came in. As Buhari came in, Buhari brought hell with him. Today, he is being attacked in his own village. Of course, we know all those things is just to deceive some people. And they even threatened to kidnap him. Becoming the president of Nigeria did not stop Fulani and the terrorists from taking over Katsina State. Today, they have created a parallel government, and in Katsina State, bandits are arresting thieves. Bandits arrest thieves and handed over to authority. Did the Buhari presidency stop bandits from arresting thieves? I do not know whether there is, I did not know that can actually arrest a thief, because bandit is thief. Thief is bandit, depending on the oppression of the so-called bandit. So I do not know how they differentiate the bandit and the thief. Okay, the thief is the one who loot people's property, while the bandit is the one who commit terrorism by killing, kidnapping, and all that, and probably cattle hustlers and all that, or rustlers. So I want to ask, after this man is a president now and Nigeria is on fire, I want you to understand also that the coming of this man also open borders to all Fulani all over Africa. So in the presence of this particular government, which have used the Fulanis to take over the sensitive offices in Nigeria, they open the border. It is only Fulani that have free access to Nigeria No other, no, if you as a human being that is not a nomadic person, you don't have you cannot cross border. Fulani are crossing border. When the border is closed, Fulani, it is open for Fulani. I want you people to read this with me. Now, the thing you don't know is that Unified Africa Army must invade to rescue one another from Fulani rule. No. We don't need any unified army. All we need is Biafra. When Biafra come, we are going to begin to deal with at least the terrorist Fulanis in our own region. So let us read this. This is an article, very, very interesting. They say, there are open borders. I want you all to listen to this. There are open borders in most African countries, but only for Fulanis to consolidate the number of Fulani in individual African countries, while the same border are closed to other ethnic Africans. The reason is obvious, but Africans have to develop similar way to counter and neutralize their numbers. In this, it is a strategic plan to dominate Africans the way Fulani dominate Hausa. We are already under Fulani invasion from other African countries. It took the combined forces of Arab to take Basra back when the African Zaj rebelled against Abbasid Khalifa Empire. They ruled ancient Iraq from 869 to 883 AD. The treatment meted out to Africans here is no different from those of Fulani in African countries today. Unless Africa unite like the Arab did, then the Fulani open border for their people will overwhelm individual African countries. But I disagree. The most important is identify the fact that Fulani invasion need to stop. So you need to create countries that will now facilitate this unification you are talking about. With the current setup of ECOWAS and the African Union, the corrupt, and with the Fulani also is in power, that can never be possible. So for us to have a unified army in Africa to stop Fulani invasion, you need to divide Nigeria so that one country, very powerful country, can begin to project that particular idea, and it is going to be possible. That country will be Biafra. You need Biafra. You need Biafra to make it possible. So if you have identified that the Fulani has become problem in the entire Africa and there is a need to stop this particular terrorist nation, then you need Biafra. Biafra as a member of ECOWAS, Biafra as a member of AU will facilitate that particular possibility. It is not possible now because you don't have people that will initiate it. Not in the present Africa setup. It is impossible. Fulani terrorists and bandit. So, I am happy that many African countries are waking up to understand that we are under invasion of Fulani terrorists. But we need to stop them. And because we have actually studied the current setup of African Union, the current setup of ECOWAS, it is not possible because they control them. It is the Abuja Declaration of 1989 that made it possible for Fulani to occupy vital positions in different countries that have this diversity. So in Biafra and of course in Oduduwa land, you are not going to have any Fulani controlling them. In Biafra, you are not going to have any Fulani in our government. So we need to have a country that will now begin to propel this particular ideology of a unified army in Africa to chase the terrorists away out of our continent. It's a very objective submission. So everybody should think about that. If you know and identify the fact that the Fulani invasion is real. But the only people that are not seeing the Fulani invasion is Peter Obi, who was hired by the British to come and stop Biafra. Who is Peter Obi? 1,000 Peter Obi, 1 million Peter Obi can't stop Biafra. Because the highest they can do is the 1 million will fight against us. And we fight against each other. I am telling you, if it is going to be an internal conflict, we fight it. After we get Biafra, let Peter Obi organize people to bring gun and start fighting us. We'll fight ourselves. And they are never going to win us. So I want you all to understand that we are moving forward and nothing will stop it. Now let us listen.
So we have a politician, a person mobilizing percent of a place. If you don't practice of this constitution, good ways man, that you have to have a spread. If you get 100% of a place, if you don't have the spread, so Kwankwaso, good, decent, great mobilizer, great politician, is not there yet. Peter Obi. Peter Obi is a movement.
Peter Obi is a movement.
I've never seen that in the Southeast or in the South. A single person mobilizing them, obedience. And I'm very happy. You know, I'm happy.
He's happy.
Since obedience came on board, the agitation for secession, the violence has quietened down.
That is his job.
Have a politician that is able to bring this youth, agitated youth, into the mainstream of politics.
Okay.
Let them see there is hope.
Okay.
This is wonderful.
Yes. Now they see that there is hope. And to this Fulani man, that is wonderful. But still, he cannot give Obi the president. You understand? So Obi's own job, that is why Obi never paid attention to the party politics. Obi never cared about Labour. There is crisis in Labour Party. Obi never cared because he knows he can never be president of Nigeria. So Fulani is happy with Obi, but still they can't allow him to go to mosque and preach. Fulani is happy with Obi because according to them, Obi has been able to calm down the agitation. Obi has been able to pull out the people they claim are fighting for Biafra into his movement. And now he is very happy. He is not happy because Obi is going to become a president. He is happy because Obi's activities is now dragging Biafra into Nigerian politics to validate Nigeria again for the next 8 years. That is the job of Obi. And once that is done, you make vote in Biafra land, and they want to, even if it is 1 million vote, they will count it and say, oh, you voted. And some stupid people will tell you, oh, wait, when they did not give Obi the president, you can come out again and agitate. Who does that? That is when the world will know that you are not serious. You are all idiots. They say, oh, that time you come out. I have had some people calling me, Simon, leave this Obi, so that let him go and fail. No, Obi should leave us. Obi should leave us. In 2019, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave Biafrans, canceled the election boycott and asked people to go and vote Obi and Atiku. No, we can never ever take such chances again. The chances has never been this good. So let Obi leave us alone. Let Obi back down. In 2019, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu backed down for him and Atiku. And it's unfortunate that they kidnapped him. They kidnapped him. They thought that, once they kidnap him, everything is gone. You people don't know that now, we are here, Gidibam. We are going to see the end. You thought by kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you have won. Release him. Let him come out and tell us that, And if you don't release him now and you release him close to the election, we will not go grill. Release him now so that we'll have time to talk with him. Release him. Release him. Let him come and talk. You don't want to release him. You want to come and tell us, Obi. I want you people to listen to Fulani. Listen to Fulani, man. The plan of the Britain or the British and the Queen that died now is to bring Obi so that Biafran stupid people who are even those who are not Biafran, they overtake. That is why people from Benin, these Benin people who hate Igbo like anything, they are all supporting, all their comedians are supporting Obi. And they are not going to vote Obi. I am telling you the fact. All those comedians, they are not going to vote Obi. The only thing they will do is to make sure they make noise, make noise, make noise. When the time comes for election, they thought they would deceive us. When the time comes for election, they are going to now sit. And they may even vote APC. And then you will begin to ask, where is the movement of Obi? Obi have not even gained, crowd like Jonathan in 2015. Have you all forgotten? Obi crowd is not Obi don't even have crowd. Where is the crowd now? Or are you going to say that Obi crowd today is something compared to Atiku and Obi in 2019? Yet, I don't know. Can you show me the crowd, please? I want to see. Go to 2015 and the pull videos of Jonathan campaign, and pull the video of Buhari campaign. Compare the two and show me where is the crowd of Peter Obi. And I like the way they narrow it. They narrow it to Biafra. They narrow it to Biafra because that is the agenda. That is why we're never going to give him a British space. And they know it. That's why they're attacking me. Leave all manner of dogs against me. And of course, against Autopilot and Biafra. Because they know that we are ready. We are very, very desperate to get our freedom. I am telling you, everybody in Autopilot is desperate to get freedom. So Obi have not even gone to any part of northern Nigeria to do rally. Let him go there now. Obi cannot even do rally in Kaduna. Ordinary Kaduna, he cannot do rally. He cannot do rally in Lagos. All these things is happening in the east, and it is not our problem. Okay, it is not our problem. But I tell you today, Obi cannot. Where is the crowd? During the time of Jonathan in 2015, the same thing happened. They burned his campaign vehicle in the north. Yet, he still put crowd there. Did he win? But, I am not even here to analyze election. No. What I'm here to do is for you to see the reason that we have been right all along. For you to see the reason why Obi have to abandon PDP 3 days to their primary and jumped to Labour Party. The reason why Obi did not care about the Labour Party gubernatorial candidate election in Yoruba land, he did not even go to support him. And he is the presidential flag bearer of a party. And he did not even go to support the governorship candidate in one of the Yoruba states. They are contesting for election. They asked him, why did you not go? He said, well, I told the party that I don't have business with whatever you people have done before. I am only here to hijack the ticket and serve the interests of Britain against Biafra. Now, listen and listen again.
Of a place if you don't have the spread. Kwankwaso, good, decent, great mobilizer, great politician, is not there yet. Peter Obi. Peter Obi is a movement. We've never seen that in South or in the South. A single person mobilizing obedience. And I'm very happy. You know why I'm happy?
He's happy.
Since obedience came on board, the agitation for secession, the violence has quietened down. So we have a politician that is able to bring this youth, agitated youth, into the mainstream of politics. Let them see there is hope.
Are you hearing that? They finally have a politician that were able to pull out agitators according to them. That is the reason why they are supporting Obi. I am telling you the fact. The game plan of Britain is this. And the Fulani have finally revealed it. He said he is very happy for Obi. He is not happy because, and you hear Dave Umahi say he like what Obi is doing. Did you not hear him? Somebody send me the video, please. I want you to forward the video to me. Somebody said, Dave Umahi said, I like what Obi is doing. Now ask him, what is it that Obi is doing? What is it that Obi is doing for just campaign that Dave Umahi will like? Ask yourself that question. What is it that Obi is doing that Dave Umahi like what Obi is doing? That thing is what this man said. Obi is pulling agitators out, but not real agitators. Not real. They can never pull agitators out. The people that are pulling out are the criminals that sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the DOS that we have expelled. That is the people they are pulling out. All of them are now. Have you ever heard them say election will not take place in Biafra land? They can never say that. The thing that we do now is that, oh, Buhari is coming to Southeast. Sit at home. What the hell? We don't care. Buhari can come and sleep in the Southeast. We don't care. It is not our target is not to waste our strength on a man for coming to Southeast. We are going to sit at home. Never. We will sit at home for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We will sit at home for Biafra. Not sit at home because man is coming. Never. If it is because he is coming to Southeast on the 13th or so, is the reason we will not sit at home. We don't waste our strength on that. We know where to get Nigeria. That is why I never supported their useless sit at home. They cannot sit at home for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They want to sit at home because Buhari is coming to the Southeast. We don't waste that. We don't do that. We don't waste our resources. What are we going to gain? It is rubbish. But on this particular Biafra and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we sit at home. I want you people to understand one thing. Umahi said that he liked what Obi is doing. And some of you will be wondering, what is it that Obi is doing that Umahi will like? It is because, according to them, Obi is doing the job the British government gave him, pulling the Biafra people out of the agitation. But the one that is surprising them is the autopilot. You can never pull us out of Biafra because we are bigger in number and we are almost representing 99% of Biafra people. 99%. Because most of the people shouting Obi are not even Biafrans. So let us listen. I want to play it again for you to know the reason why we are doing what we are doing. And I want the video. Somebody should send me the video of Umahi so that we are going to connect the dots.
Mobilizing obedient.
Lord Michael, thank you very much for sending it.
Since obedient came on board, the agitation for secession, the violence has quietened down. So we have a politician that is able to bring this youth, agitated youth, into the mainstream of politics. Let them see there is hope. This is wonderful. Truly is. And is he going to win this election? Not likely.
You see?
Is he going
to win this election? He's not likely going to win. That is what they have said. And it is true. Is he going to win this election? He's not likely going to win. Now we are going to pull out the video of Umahi, where Umahi is commending, what is the name again? Umahi is commending Obi, claiming he liked what Obi is doing. So ask yourself that question. What is it that Obi is doing that Umahi likes? We are going to. I still have not received that particular. Okay, I think I have it. Let us go there. There we go. One moment, please. Here we go. Also, can you all tell me which of the minutes, because, you know that when we are doing this thing, more things are being reviewed and all that. So we are going to play it, but I know, because I have not watched it, so I don't know the exact minute. Because we want to have, our own is evidence-based exposition. We don't just come to talk. We want to bring it, even though some of you may have watched it, but not everybody. Not everybody have watched this video. So, but let us go there.
Agum Izi, who is said to be the person who had won the primaries for Ebonyi South Senatorial District. A group of Ebonyi South concerned citizens. They are saying that you hijacked the position from the woman because she wants to go to the Senate, and that you influence the suspension of Mrs. Agomeze just for you to be able to have your way, even when the woman has challenged you in court, and even when the matter is still in court. Again, in this regard, we need clarifications.
Abati, thank you very much. I thought that journalism should be investigative. If somebody comes to you and say to you that she won the primary election to the Senate, you should be able to ask how and show documents. And primary election of APC for the Ebonyi South Senatorial Zone on 28th of May, upon which Anna Gomez came second, by winning only 2 votes. And, Mr. Austin Omae came first with, I think, 283 votes. And that was the position. And, if you go to section 29 of the Electoral Act, it's talking about the candidate of the party. So Austin Omae became the candidate of the party by reason of that election of 28. Now, the same Gomez submitted to appeal that the election was unlawful, that there was intimidation.
About 20 million, you said she asked you. Did you pay? Because you obviously, from what you said, you guys tried to have a deal. And so you have WhatsApp messages that she said at requesting 20 million. Did you pay for that?
Rufai should be asking why I got 20 million to pay her. I didn't pay her the 20 million, but I want to say that it was in WhatsApp text message, and it is still, it could be verified. Not only the request of the 20 million, she also said that on her own and in her honor, that she voluntarily withdrew. And nobody has been able to ask her, did you send such WhatsApp text message, to the governor? Then number 2, I did not threaten her. I'm a very peaceful person. And that statement angered me so much. And I've challenged her in a libel suit, in Abuja. 2 suits are standing before her to.
He angered a peaceful person. He said he's a very peaceful person, but that statement angered him so much. I don't understand this. He said that he's a peaceful person. He's a peaceful person, but that statement angered him so much. Can you be a peaceful person and get angered at the same time? Anyway, let us continue.
Proof where the threat came from a gentleman like me.
God. I don't want to be laughing, and he said that when to prove where the threat came from, a gentleman like you. Jesus Christ. Hi, I have not watched this video. It's just this man.
I say that education, university education should be
God.
that you are an engineer, your deputy has a PhD, but that does not everybody must go to university as a response to the lingering crisis. Did you exactly that, or you put it out of context?
You know, but sometimes when the mischief makers in social media, and I think that we should have, decency in regulating our social media. Social media has been responsible to a lot of harms in the country. It also has a lot of, the good part of it. What I said, and I repeat, I was trying to evaluate, the educational system of developed countries. And I say that federal government and all the employers of labor should, a matter of review of their strategies, try to say, instead of all the time saying that, the basis of employment should be university degree. I said, no, we should make, vocational education and the secondary school education compulsory for every Nigerian. And that why advertising for job certificates has not. But let me just
that Igbo presidency at the moment. What happened to that Igbo presidency you once touted? A lot of people said maybe this was the time you were going to align ranks since Peter Obi now is on the ballot, and you were once pushing for that Igbo presidency. That's what you offered yourself to run for presidency.
Rufai, don't allow me to run foul of the electoral, act because campaign has not started. But let me just quickly say that I didn't push, from PDP to APC to have, the ticket of APC as, her presidential candidate. No, I foresaw that the PDP was not going to give a ticket to an Igbo man. And I said, no, that was not fair because we have served this party since 1999. And that was my position. And a lot of people that are crying today were the people that were attacking me for leaving the party at that stage. And subsequently, they left. And
so did the APC then give the Igbo person a ticket?
So they owe me a lot of apologies. And that is what I need to say. And I want to let you know, and I say this, Peter Obi is my brother. I'm very proud of what he's doing.
You see, I am very proud of what he is doing. This is what I want to show you. Now, ask yourself, what is it that Peter Obi is doing that Umahi is proud of? Can you hear Peter Obi Umahi is proud? There is nothing else other than pulling Biafrans, according to them, out of agitation. So listen.
Position. And a lot of people that are crying today were the people that were attacking me for leaving the party at that stage. And subsequently, they left. They owe me a lot of apologies, and that is what I need to say. I want to let you know, I say this, Peter Obi is my brother. I'm very proud of what he's doing. And it wouldn't have been a disaster if Southeast is not here at all in the quest for presidency. And I'm wishing well. What happened to me at the presidential primary is the will of God. Because in all matters.
Did you people hear it? He said he liked what Peter Obi is doing. And I am challenging you today to connect the dot. What is it? All these things you see, what is it that Peter Obi is doing that Umahi is proud of? Now, you are from a Fulani man. That thing that Peter Obi is doing, you are going to hear it from a Fulani man. That thing Peter Obi is doing is what we are going to hear now from a Fulani man. That Obi is doing a great job, according to Umahi. Now hear it.
I'm very happy. You know why I'm happy? This generation could men, but you have to have the spread. If you get 100% of a place, if you don't have the spread, so Kwankwaso, decent, great mobilizer, great politician, is not there yet. Peter Obi. Peter Obi is a movement. We've never seen that in the Southeast or in the South. A single person mobilizing obedience. And I'm very happy. You know, I'm happy. Since obedience came on board, the agitation for secession, the violence has quietened down.
I want you people to understand that two different individuals who never wanted anything for Ndigbo and Biafra are happy with Obi. Umahi is happy with Obi. Umahi is happy with what Obi is doing, but he cannot go and support Obi because Obi is fronting the agenda of the British, which is also agenda of Fulani, and for that reason, he like Obi. Wike is doing what I like. The time Umahi was proud of Wike was when Wike killed Biafrans in Obibo. Umahi went there. All of you watched the video. Umahi went there and sing praises of Wike. Ohaneze Ndigbo went to River State and sing praises of Wike. Nyawodo was singing Wike, 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 Kaigeso. Because of what? Wike was killing the people that should fight to get Biafra in Obibo. That was when Umahi was happy. Today, Umahi cannot talk good about Wike. Umahi cannot talk good about Wike. I am telling you. Now he's talking good about Peter Obi, but he cannot come publicly and say, okay, because Peter Obi is doing something good, let him come and support Peter Obi. No, because you know Peter Obi is going to win. Peter Obi can never be president of Nigeria. Even let us ask it from the context of let us see, what is going to happen. He can never do that. The only thing Peter Obi is doing now, according to them, is that Peter Obi is pulling the Biafra agitators, and that is a lie. That is complete lie and fallacy. Peter Obi is not pulling Biafra agitators. The people that are running to Peter Obi are the people like the DOS criminals, the people like our leader's wife, because the post she shared now is the post of Peter Obi since 2020. These are the people that are going to Peter Obi. But the real agitators, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can never go to Peter Obi. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can never go to Peter Obi. That is the fact. Not about even Peter Obi. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can never choose Igbo presidency over freedom of Biafra. That is a fact. And anybody in autopilot can never choose Igbo presidency over the freedom of Biafra. Listen.
The South, a single person, Peter Obi is a movement. We've never seen that in Southeast or in the South. A single person mobilizing obedience. And I'm very happy. You know, I'm happy. Since obedience came on board, we've never seen that in Southeast or in the South. A single person mobilizing obedience. And I'm very happy. You know, I'm happy.
He's happy.
Since obedience came on board.
The first time you are going to be hearing politicians in Nigeria telling you how they are happy about their opponent. Are you not getting the sense? You are hearing politicians from different political parties praising their opponent. For one thing, they believe, which is not true. They believe that Obi is pulling Biafra agitators. They believe that since Obi came, the Biafra agitation have come down. And for that reason, all the parties are praising him. He's doing a great job. But yet, they cannot give support to the person they claim is doing a great job. Because the idea is not for him to be a president. He can never be a president. His job is not to become president. His job is to become the distractor of Biafra. That is all. They tell you how good he is doing. Umahi is proud. Umahi cannot tell Ebonyi State to vote Obi. This one tell you Obi is happy with Obi. He can still not tell our Hausa people to vote Obi. After all this analysis, they say Obi cannot be president. Listen.
The agitation for secession, the violence has quietened down. So we have a politician that is able to bring this youth, agitated youth, into the mainstream of politics. Let them see there is hope. This is wonderful, truly is. And is he going to win this election? Not likely. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I mean, what can I say about the Asuwaji himself? See what he's done in Lagos. For the last 23 years, he's straddled the politics of Lagos and the Southwest. A great tactician, a mobilizer of people around him, great mentor. But I have issues with not only him, but his party. The Muslim ticket. And I wrote in a paper that was published in Daily Trust.
I saw your answer.
Yeah, it's neither for God nor country, but for self. It's a lopsided ticket. It's not natural. And it's a replication of what happened in 1992, 1993. Abiola can keep a ticket, but they won the election, handily too. It's a replication. This was 30 years ago. So let's do the math. Anyone who is 30 and under never saw that ticket, right? Let's assume you're 40. You were 10 years old then, so you don't remember it. So the summary is anybody who is 40 and below do not remember that memorable ticket. The Nigeria of 30 years ago has changed. Go on social media and see how virulent, how poisoned our kids are. And politicians have a lot to do with this. They have poisoned these kids now. We are talking about, oh, this and that, a caliphate here, oh, Biafra there, Yoruba nation. Politicians, instead of using our diversity to bring us together, they use that to break us apart. So the Muslim ticket is unnatural, it's lopsided, and has alienated a very large and important chunk of our population, which are the Christians. In all our scriptures enjoin us to do adultery. Adultery is fairness, equity, and justice. We have a substantial population that you're giving up for your calculation. Well, and I said it. The people that did all the calculation, the Northern Governors Forum, they didn't do that because they love God, Jesus Christ, Moses, or Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. They did it because they were waiting. If he wins, they will be one. And there is a group I didn't know existed. The APC Christian group, I didn't know that group existed. All of a sudden, they sprung up. Oh, they were the ones, incidentally, in the vanguard of Tuwaju being, their calculation is if he is the Southwestern candidate, if he wins, oh, then in the North, he will pick a Christian and to be one of us. So none of them did what they were doing for God, Jesus Christ,
right.
Moses, or Muhammad. They did it for
so from your analysis, then, that leaves one candidate.
Right. But of course, I have no doubt the candidate I will support, and I will say it today. The candidate I will support and vigorously campaign for is Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, former Vice President of Waziri of Adamawa.
Are you hearing it?
Reason. This time more than ever before, Nigeria needs somebody. You don't need a rookie. Somebody who's been there.
Are you hearing that?
Who's been in the trenches.
Try.
This bus is in a ditch. You don't want a rookie. You want somebody who's been there, somebody who is courageous, somebody who knows what to do, somebody who is a unifier, somebody who...
And that is the person P2B is bowing down to. That is the person P2B is bowing down to, because P2B knows he is not contesting for president. So he go and bow down. And the Benin people are angry over P2B bowing down for Atiku. And the way we are telling them, P2B is our brother, we know him very well. They don't want to listen. They don't want to listen. They say, oh, P2B, and they go back and say, we know what we are doing. We know what we are doing. We know what we are doing. But you see it. P2B bowing down to Atiku because they know Atiku is the one they are fronting. And they know that P2B is not contesting the election. They know. So let us hear this. We are going to a different... I have been able to explain to you You have been able to know why P2B is coming out. And those of you that are foolishly, if you are a Biafran and you are not fake Biafran name and you are following P2B, you have been able to hear it today. It is only to pull you out of Biafra movement. And if you can never be Biafra, you can never be, you only pretend. But pretend and just make sure that you are going to get medication for heart attack when the thing begin to fail.
Of being a Biafra nation. No more killing of northerners, no more killing of police officers, no more profiling of northerners and attacking their businesses. Let Igbo have their independent nation away from the rest of Nigeria. Nigeria on Biafra referendum in Abuja. We are the amalgamation of northern women from all parts of the north, north central, northwest, and northeast. We as mothers, we are always at the receiving end of any war, insurrection, killing, and act of terror. When our men were killed, we were raped and our children rendered orphans. We have nowhere to run to. Nigerian history has shown that women carry the heavy body of war and act of insurrection and terrorism. We have gone through it from 1967 to 1971. Women, can we allow this to happen again? No! No! Our men died and left us with the children. No,
let Biafra go.
No,
you don't want it to happen again. Let Biafra go, because it is going to happen, and this time around, you will never have the opportunity to starve our children to death. Never. It is going to happen again, and this time around, you are not going to have a blockade over Biafra. That we have achieved. So if you don't want it to happen again, next year, when we stop election in Biafra land, just conduct a referendum, at least to give yourself some dignity.
Out of nothing. Other men that survive simply move on, but we never move on. The aftermath of the war and the suffering left a lifetime scars in our hearts and on our body. We therefore anonymously call on the leader and father of the country and the leadership of the National Assembly, President of the Senate, Dr. Ahmad Lawal, and the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Hon Femi Bajabiamiala, to immediately call for a referendum in the country. Let people choose to live in peace in Nigeria or leave. Any other group or nationality that wants to sit or exercise their right for self-determination, like the Southeast has been agitated for the seat to be allowed to live Nigeria peacefully without resorting a second civil war. Wow. Today, the Igbo nation has turned the entire Southeast to almost a war zone. Northerners, irrespective of their tribes, are no longer safe.
Did you hear what this woman said? Today, Igbos have turned the Southeast to war zone. They are more concerned about Igbo Southeast war zone, but these people are living in IDP camp in the north. They are not worried about that. They are not worried about that. In Kaduna, you can't travel between Kaduna and Abuja. They are not worried about that. They're not worried about the fact that you can't even travel by train to any part of northern Nigeria without the fear of being kidnapped by terrorists. They're not worried about that. They're not worried about the fact that the senators they are calling upon cannot travel to their villages and in peace. They are not worried about that. Okay? And somebody is asking what happened to be proposed 2 million march in Kaduna. You understand? But they are worried about you. I'm worried about Southeast. I want you people to understand that we are making progress, and I want you to listen to this. The world knows Biafra, and we are going to help them to hear Biafra more in the next year that is coming. Let us go there.
Since World War II, there has not been another tragedy that resembles the scope of the Holocaust in any way, but there are many cases in which it stands on the side and does not prevent genocide and does not prevent mass murder. It could be Biafra or Cambodia or...
It can be Biafra or Cambodia. The president, the ex-president of Israel, even recognized the massacre, the mass murder, the genocide against Biafra people. And that is why when we talk, some of you don't understand what is going on. They know our pain and what we have gone through. And in this, the Prime Minister of Israel, and in this particular coming year, 2023, we are going to make Biafra a global news. Our activities and the liberation of Biafra will be the global news. They will talk about us. They are going to talk about us by force. It is not about making references again about the genocide against Biafra people. The 3 million children that were killed, murdered, and Queen Elizabeth did not apologize for her involvement in the starvation of Biafra people to death. What you don't know is bigger than you. The world knows Biafra, and they know what happened to us. And because the people who fought Biafra war were ignorant of what was going on in the global stage, and they could not stand their ground to fight guerrilla war till the end. Today, we have come to complete it, and we are going to complete this fight. So I want us to listen to how the Prime Minister of Israel, the ex-Prime Minister of Israel, mentioned Biafra. And again, we go to the people who a complete detailed chronological analysis of the people that returned their medals to Queen of England over Biafra. I want you to listen.
Since World War II, there has not been another tragedy that resembles the scope of the Holocaust way, but many cases in which the world stands and does not prevent genocide and does not prevent mass murder. It could be Biafra or Cambodia or Rwanda or Sudan.
We do not have a date set aside to commemorate what happened in 1967.
I think there's no need for that because you'll be reopening old wounds.
It's not the duty of people who are not involved to deny the pain of people who are involved. In Nigeria, there's this big embargo about Biafra. You must never talk about Biafra. We have to move on. You have to forget. You have to just move on. Forget about it. But it's not the duty of people who are not there to forget. If the people who suffered want to forgive and forget, it's their prerogative and they can do that at their will. Well, Steve Jobs, has anybody read his autobiography? Yeah, he stopped going to church because he read about the Biafra war. He said, if Christians can do that to people, why should I worship that God? I don't agree with him, but that's his view. He felt so bad about the war.
Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is the founder of Apple. iPhone you are using today, Steve Jobs is the founder. If you are not aware, Steve Jobs protested for Biafra, for the way British and the Queen of England supervised the killing and the murder and starvation of Biafra children. Over 3 million children were killed by starvation by Queen of England. That is why the Twitter catch fire the other day with our sister, Professor Ujuanya. So you don't know. Steve Jobs was the founder of Apple, the iPhone. He protested for Biafra. This Biafra we are fighting today. That is why some idiots don't understand what Biafra is. The name of Biafra can never ever be forgotten, that just like that. Some of you do not know. Go and ask Oyibo people, the Biafra. They will remind you, oh, is it the children with the malnutrition children and the children with hunger dying of hunger? At least if they don't remember Biafra, they remember the hungry children. The images you see with the UNICEF today, they are all from Biafra. Steve Jobs was the founder of Apple.
Bernard, former French foreign minister, remember him in Kosovo?
digging everyone to understand what happened in Kosovo. But where did he start? He started in Biafra. He was there as a Red Cross volunteer. He resigned from the Red Cross. He said, we can't be impartial in such a situation. He founded Médecins Sans Frontières, MSF, because of the Biafra situation. And that's what Biafra did to him. John Lennon returned his MBE to the Queen because of the Biafra War.
As a protest against violence and war, especially Britain's involvement in Biafra, which most of the public aren't aware of, because all the press, TV and radios plant all the news from Biafra. All the stuff I learned on Biafra from journalists off the cuff folks was a different story, and I began to be ashamed of being British. And I'm a patriotic nationalist, the truth about, and the Yoko come out for that. I'm always fighting about what Britain invented radar and what all the different things we've done. But every day I just began to worry a bit more about it. And I was going to send the MBE back anyway. I could have done it privately, but the press was on that anyway. You would have been here a week later instead, less impact.
Jimi Hendrix was playing concerts to raise money for the children in Biafra. He was raising money to feed people like me. I would have died if those flights hadn't come in. 3,170 flights in 3 years that came in with all the food we wanted because there was no way to feed Biafra. And of course, part of the war strategy was to starve and kill everybody. A Canadian, he had all the awards from here, CBE, MBE, everything, right up to the night. They returned all of that to the Queen because of the war.
If you came away from some of the earlier tragedies of the Biafra War and some of the wars in Africa and the AIDS things I photographed, there wasn't enough darkness.
The next piece is also by Alex Baranovsky. It's called Biafra, and this was actually written for a documentary which just came out at the beginning of this year. The documentary is called McCullen, and it's about the very famous war photographer Don McCullen, who traveled around the world over the last 30, 40 years, taking the most extraordinary photographs, mostly of war-torn areas. And Biafra was a former province into Nigeria, where they had a most horrendous civil war in the 1960s. And there was a particular colony, a children's colony, which had been abandoned, and thousands of children were left there to die. And Don McCullen arrived at this place in Biafra to find all these children there. And the children thought that he had come to save them. But the truth was he was there as a photographer. He'd come to take photos.
You know, I'd walk into a school in Biafra and I would see 800 children dying. And as soon as they saw the white men coming, you could see they thought there was some hope at the end of the tunnel. And what did I bring them? I brought them 2 Nikon cameras around my neck. And I saw these children dropping down and dying in front of me. And you know, we live in a world now where the media isn't that particularly interested in the real tragedy in our lives.
You feel that?
I'm convinced it is.
And it was something that he just never really got over, never really recovered from. And Alex wrote...
He never really recovered from what he saw in Biafra. He never really recovered from what he saw in Biafra. That is why next year, by 2023, we will reignite the spirit of Biafra across the globe. Our action, the way we are going to deal with Nigeria, the way we will fight against this general election, will reignite the war of Biafra globally. And that is why every Biafra is now at a large. The opportunity has never been like this, apart from the fact that the Biafra war never stopped. So next year is the year that Biafra will come, because we are going to reignite the fire of Biafra. Some of you do not know what we know. And somebody will be somewhere telling me about, come Peter Obi is coming. It will be to hell with Peter Obi and their presidency. You can't trade our freedom for your presidency of 8 years. That I have just given you example of the people that were president of Nigeria, and they have nothing to show for it today. It did not stop Fulani from killing them. It did not stop the invasion of our land. It did not stop the cattle, whatever route and all the shit they do in our land. It did not stop them from taking over and trying to turn you to Islam. It didn't stop the Fulanization agenda. He became president for 8 years and they intensify the Fulanization of Nigeria. We cannot be that stupid. This generation of Biafra will make history. Is only to identify the target and the strike at the right time. That's what we are doing. We can never allow this election to take place in Biafra land. It is a time for payback.
This particular piece based on that, and it's a film, which is the most extraordinary documentary. I would urge any of you to go and see it. It's just out, and it has picked up 2 BAFTA nominations, in fact, just recently. So this is Biafra by Alex Baranovsky.